Welcome to Tuesday's Tips from Sewveryeasy. My name is Laura, and today it's a Did You Know? Did you know that your feet from your sewing machine has marks on them? Not all, but a lot do. The marks are little indentations. They won't be a measurement on it, and that's why a lot of us don't even realize that they're marked. But they can't write on them because they're too small. So they are usually marked with 1/8 of an inch indentations. Let me show you what I mean. So here we have some typical feet for a sewing machine. Some of them do not have marks because the foot is only designed to do one thing, and it's set exactly the way it should. And that pretty much takes care of these feet. This foot is a standard foot, and it does have markings, and the markings are going in this direction. And each one of them is a needle position, and they are 1/8 of an inch apart. So you will know where your needle is compared to the edge. This one has a mark here, and that's the mark where the needle's going to go. There are no other markings for it, and it pretty much has a very open space here, so you're able to see where you're sewing. But this does not have any marks. So then we have 3 other standard feet. This is a straight foot. And obviously you cannot zigzag with this. The needle would be right in this position. So you have marks here on the foot. And that is actually for where the fabric should be lined up along those marks. Then we have quilting feet. Quilting feet probably have the most marks on them. Here is a foot, and it can only have the needle in one position. Now the markings here are at 1/8 inch markings. You have your needle position, you have 1/8 and 1/4. The next two are both 1/4 inch feet, and they are standard. This one has a little guide to it. This one is pretty much the same foot, it just doesn't have the guide. And they both have a little bit of a different marking. This one, you have the needle position in this marking, and it goes right to the 1/4 inch on that side. But on this side, you can see you have 1/8 inch marking. This one, you have your needle in the center, which is that mark. You have the 1/8, then you have the 1/4 inch. Now, this is a great tool to know when you are sewing, because as your fabric comes up into the 1/4 mark, you're able to stop 1/4 of an inch from the seam. You don't have to mark your 1/4 inch seam allowance. You will know where to stop because of that nice little mark. Now, if you have a foot and it doesn't have a mark on it, mark them. If you know you're going to do a project and your foot does not have a mark on it, mark them. You can get many different tapes that are of 1/4 inch. These are made to mark rulers, and you can see through the tape. But it shows up very nicely on a foot, so that if you need to mark it, you can. And you can also mark your walking foot. Now, a walking foot does not have marks on it because the needle can go anywhere in this area. So you can have your needle here all the way from there. So you might need to mark the foot yourself until you get to know it. So who would have known what all those little marks were on the feet? A lot of times your manual won't tell you that. So take time, measure the little marks, figure out what they mean, and you will be happy you did, because it will save you a whole lot of time. I'm glad you joined me today, and as always, feel free to subscribe and come back again, and let's see what we're sewing in our sewing room next time. Bye now.